game on. But yeah, I think the 2 games with the Jaguars will be intriguing, not around the league, but definitely in the context of the Titans.
Dylan is on our phone line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Dylan, thank you for waiting. Please go ahead.
Hey, guys. Yes, I just wanted to say that the past 2 games haven't really changed my mind because I think that Will Levis is good, but he has been provided a bad car. I sent the NASCAR analogy. I think that we ruined Mariota personally, and I think that they're on the same trajectory with Will Levis. He has no right side offensive line. He has 2 number 2 tight ends. I like Calvin Ridley, and I hope he does good, but he's also getting older. He has no young receiver that he can build a connection with other than NWI, who I personally love NWI. And how many head coaches and how many offensive coordinators has Will Levis had since his senior year in college? I mean, it's like they keep providing him with instability. They want him to be the foundation, but they're giving him mud instead of a solid ground to build it on. And I just think it's unfair to him. And he gets, a ton of the blame. Or if we do blame the offensive line, we're like, well, he still has to do something better. And it's like, well, he can't. I mean, I don't know. That's just my personal opinion, and I'll hang up and listen to you guys.
Thanks, Dylan. Let's get to Mark, our friend Mark on our phone line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Mark, thank you for waiting. Please go ahead.
Yeah, how y'all doing? Boy, y'all long-winded, man. All y'all. Crazy, man. I've been waiting and waiting.
What you got for us, Mark?
Yeah, how you doing? What's up, D-Mace? I see y'all got Willie in the house today. What's up, Willie? I guess you can't hear me. Hey, man. D-Mace, I'm going to agree with you. He's got to show more consistency. Now, I mean, you're only good as the playmakers around you. He does need more playmakers. I mean, I love NWI, man. He brings his lunch pail to work every day. He brings bologna sandwiches and chips. Everybody else may be eating steaks. This man comes to work. Pay the man. But he does need more time. I'm like you, D-Mace. I got to see some more games. I mean, see if he, could be more productive, cut out on the miscues, the mistakes, and whatnot. But I still would bring a veteran in next year to back him up and to help him out a little bit, if he's on the roster. But he's going to have to show a little more than what he's doing right now. But he does need more playmakers around him. That's the big thing about it, and offensive line. But hey, man, y'all have a good day. Hey, Willie, you need to get in on the campaign drive, man. Talk to FM Bank. Talk to Lone Pronto. We're going to get D-Mace elected, man, as the next governor of Tennessee. We already got everything in motion. Me, Adam, and D-Mace have talked about it. We'll find a spot for you somewhere on the panel. I don't know if we're going to make you treasure or what, man, but we need to get that done, Willie. So I thought I'd just throw it out there, man. Hey, y'all have a good day, man. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow if I can.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
All right.
Listen, and both of the callers, Mark and who is Dylan, Mark and Dylan, good calls. And I understand what Dylan is saying. There's only so much a quarterback can do when he doesn't have help, especially when that quarterback has been prone to making mistakes of his own. And he just doesn't sort of seem to have a true grasp of what's going on at times. Now, listen, the last two games look much better. But again, I'm not one of these guys that just see 1 or 2 games and all of a sudden it's, all right, he's great, he's good. No, because when things start to change, then what do I do? You go back to saying he's a bad quarterback. No, I think Will Levis does some good things, but if he wants to be a quarterback in this league for a long time, then he's going to have to prove consistency, and not bad consistency, good consistency. So I know there are some fans that are going to like what he's done over the last 2 games, and I have. But I want to see it for more than just 2 games. He needs to play this way for the remainder of the season for me to change my opinion on who I believe he can play. Again, I think he's a quarterback in this league. He can play in this league, but is he a starting everyday quarterback in this league? That's a different question.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. He's the more he does this, he at least shows that he belongs in the league
Mhm.
and he's not a complete bust. But the next step, is still a good ways away. And the catch 22 is you want to see him lead them to some wins, but that
Yeah.
knocks the first round pick down a little bit more, and it makes it tougher for Rand Carthon to do exactly what the callers are calling for, and that is give the guy some help. So, in a way, it's good that he flashes and you come up a little bit short, but there's no substitute for winning. I still would like to see him take bigger steps. Like I again, we can't get so excited about these two performances. These are tough defenses. I get it, but at the end of the day, they scored 17 and 13. They've got to find another level.
What I liked about his game yesterday is we all knew that he had the arm to throw that ball. And we saw it on the 98-yard touchdown to Nick Westbrook-Akine, backed up in his own end zone. We saw it on the 51-yard touchdown to Calvin Ridley that was nullified by one of 3, I believe, illegal formation penalties. We saw it on, a 33-yard pass to Bryce Oliver. I thought that he has not thrown, Derek, he has not thrown the deep ball anywhere near as much this season as he did last season. If I recall correctly, he was near the top or perhaps at the top of the league last season in terms of the percentage of his throws that sailed at least 20 yards through the air. That's come down considerably. But I liked that he had, he reared back and threw some really nice balls yesterday, even on ones that did not count because of penalties. I mean, I thought even the ball he threw on the interception, I thought that was a nice looking ball too. So I like that we got to see that from Will Levis a little bit more yesterday.
Yeah, I am as well. But again, I'm about consistency. I'm not about a flash. Guys flash all the time, but the guys that last long in this league is the guys that show consistency. Look at all the quarterbacks that we deem, that are, really good to elite quarterbacks. Those guys are consistent and they make plays when they need. They make those flash plays every once in a while. Mahomes, Allen, Jackson, guys like that, Burrow. They are consistent, but when they need to make that flash play, they make it. That's what I want Will Levis to get to. That's why I'm neither going to sit here and praise him and I'm not going to be down on him. I think he played a good game, but I need to see more of it. Just like Coach Callahan, I'm sure he's like, okay, yeah, Will, he played a good game. I'm sure they went to their coaches meeting like, yeah, Will, he played a good game, but we need to see this more, moving forward. We don't need them to have 2 good games and then have 2 bad games. No, that's not consistency. That's not showing me that you could potentially be our quarterback of the future.
6157. Oh, Willie, you have a thought before we go to break?
Well, I was going to ask you guys because I didn't get a look at all of them. I was watching the game in bits and pieces, what I could piece together and following it where I could. What was the deal with the illegal formation penalty? What was the? I know that Brian Callahan will probably talk about it during his press conference, but what was the deal with that? Because the penalty discrepancy was huge, and those key penalties at key times that could have changed a lot of what we're talking about here.
Absolutely. If Jared said this last week, I think it was last week or the week before, about a penalty, and he wanted,